Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So in this particular video, I will be explaining about how we can crack the client's round. Okay, so everyone is worrying about how we can, how can we achieve this particular round and what type of questions they will ask and each and everything. Okay, I will be explaining in detail. Okay, so this is, about my aspects. Okay, my experience and different persons might having different perspective. All right, so this is my view. Okay, so if you some few of the members will agree or few of the members will disagree with this as well. Okay, so as such, there are no particular thing that any particular interviewer might be asking this particular questions or this particular scenarios or something. Okay, right. So all I can say is this is all about my perspective. Okay, and I curated all the things, one of my friends and some I can say my connections as well. Okay, so I curated those questions and I'm sharing right away so that it will be very useful to you in order to crack the interviews. All right, so beginning with the first thing. Okay, so whenever we have, or else we will be in the interview, right? Okay, so one or two members will be in the panel. Okay, the very first thing is that however you will be started with the greeting. Okay, that is for sure. Okay, and the here we need to observe a crucial thing, right? So we need to maintain a eye contact. Okay, definitely we need to make an eye contact. That is a foremost thing I can say. And the second thing is that gestures. Okay, for suppose if you are explaining some sort of thing, okay, you need to maintain a good hand gestures. Okay, you need to explain in such a way that you are explaining some like story kind of thing, or else you are maintaining some communication between them. Okay, you need to engage with your words actually. Okay, it's not that you're just telling like some sort of like TV news readers. Okay, it's not like that, right? You are just communicating with them. Okay, that means you are telling something. Okay, so which they want to know. Okay, that means both parties should get communicated, right? It's not like one way. It's not like that. Okay, so using the hand gestures plays a crucial role actually. Okay, right. So and the third thing is that whenever you face any sort of interview, whether it is a client round, whether it is a first round, whether it is a manager round, tech round, what it may be. Okay, so we always we will be not maintaining any sort of smile over here. Why? Okay, we always face having a tense set face. Okay, and the interviewer might be catching your panic kind of thing. Okay, so we might not be in a situation where interview might catch all these things. Okay, so all I can say that keep you know we should not be in such a position to give a gap, to give a room to that opposite interviewer panel, so who it may be. Okay, so maintain a good smile. Okay, that leads to a good communication, good environment, good confidence and everything. Okay, it builds a very good healthy environment as well. Okay, right. So these are the three. And the fourth thing is that keep communication. Okay, communication is not in particular with the English actually. Okay, communication is nothing but what I am saying. Okay, what I'm doing, or else what I'm convinced to say, whether you are understanding in a proper way or not, whether you're convincing in a proper way or not. Okay, whether you are understanding in a proper way or not. Okay, so these are the term, these are the parameters that resulted into communication. It's not about English. Okay, if you have a if you are a good at English, if you are a basic at English, then it's good. Okay, they are not expecting like IELTS English, right? Okay, that they are expecting like some normal English, it's fine. Okay, but the way you're communicating is more important. Okay, so these are the few basic things which need to be taken in mind. Okay, so right. And the second thing is that keep however, okay, irrespective of any interview strand, right? The very first thing it asks, what is self? Tell me about yourself. Okay, so that is a crucial part actually. Okay, so what we can say in the tell me about yourself. First, however, you can introduce yourself. Okay, but telling right, I am Mohammed Rauf and so. Okay, certifications, however, years of experience so and so, and current company so and so. okay, and later on project details, okay. And if they more ask about the project details, then you can expand, or else then you can explain more details about the project, okay. A project means what, like, it's not like a I can say that question paper kind of thing, okay. It's like a shortened script, okay. So you should not prolong, you should not waste the time, okay. Right, interviewer might be thinking in the negative way that he or she wasting the time, okay. So you should not be in a such a position, all right. Yeah, so project description must be in a crisp, like 2 to 3 lines. It's like a such a a layman can understand, okay. It's not, why? Because interviewer might not be they don't have any sort of knowledge, right, what you have done in that. If you just specifying in your technical term and as well as some IELTS English, then they don't understand, okay. Why? Because our first aspect what was based on the English, based on the communication, okay, right. So product details must be in a crisp, so that they can understand easily, okay. So what is a high level, that's it, okay. What problem statement and everything, just high level, that's it, okay, right. And later on we can say the methodology, okay. The methodology what you are implementing, okay. Like we would be having a sprint, right? So scrum, okay. So in that sprint, the sprint time and everything, okay, whether it is 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks, like that, okay. And later on what is a role actually, okay. Is it a developer role, okay? Is it a tester role, okay? What kind of role are you into, okay? That's completed. So rolling completed, okay. Role and everything is completed, that's it, okay. If they ask about the second question might be uh, what you do actually daily routine, okay. Tell me about your daily routine, okay. Now what you can say then, usually, okay. So just to curate the things actually, okay. So your day starts with the some I can say sync up meet, okay. There you will be discussing about the what status, okay. And then later on if you get sort of tickets or else task kind of thing, okay. Then you will be jumping into that, you started analyzing, okay. And if you have any sort of I can say dependencies, then you will be connecting with those respective, okay. And then later on you will be start analyzing, designing, and then let's start it developing, okay. And later on you'll be performing a unit testing, and then later on you will be submitting the code review and etc etc. So these all about your day starts and your day ends, okay. So like this you can easily make them clearly understandable to the interviewer, okay. So this is completed, okay. And they will be asking about more details about the project, okay. If they are more curate, if they are more interested about your project, okay. So they will be they will be asking more in-depth knowledge about the project actually, okay. So what is your project main objective, okay. So and can I can say they will be asking more in-depth knowledge about your rule set stacks as well, okay. Class names as well, okay. And what is your integration class, or what is your organization name and organization class, okay. And as well as what is your current version you are using, and what is the correct sprint number you are using, you are into. And so these are about some sort of crucial project details they may or may not ask, but you should be in such a position that you need to answer to these questions, okay. Why? Because as I iterated in the first video, that no question will surprise, okay. So we should be in such a position that no question will be I can say surprising us, okay. So that is our main motto, okay, right. So completed. And the third aspect would be jumping into the technical round, okay. Technical round, what they will ask generally, okay. So what are the familiar rules, or else what do you know about case management kind of thing, okay. If they ask like open question, then what you need to frame in a such a way that first you need to curate the best rules you are confident with, you are very familiar with, you are very I can say thorough with that, okay, including theoretical and as well as a practical as well, okay. Like I can say in case management we will be having a mini concepts, as I said in the first video, like it's like an ocean, okay. You can have that locking mechanism, okay. A child and parent relationships, you can say data population data propagation, you can say. Okay, or else we will be having a many rules in the case management. Okay, just pick any rules. Okay, just I can say convey them. Okay, convey them and convince them, so that you are allowing them to drag in your convenience way. Okay, if you start saying like parent and child case relationship. Okay, if you say like this, okay, simply they will ask, okay, uh, some sort of questions on the parent and child relationships. Okay, so that how you need to motives. Okay, that how you need to drag actually. Okay, so this is a simple trick which we need to play in the interview. Okay, right. So I am not saying that it will work for 100%. Okay, but you need to play. Okay, you need to strive hard towards this actually. Okay, this is our 100% aim to make it possible. Okay, so that the interviewer might comes into your environment, so that you will be having it freely, and you will be telling those answers in a confident way. Okay, so this is a trick actually. Okay, so these are completed. And the second thing is that they will be asking about what is your recent user story. Okay, so if they ask like this, okay, so you should be in such a position that you need to answer a quick answer. Okay, you should not be thinking like what should I say in that. Why? Because you will feel some surprise. As I iterated, no question will be in a surprise mode. Okay, so that's why I am I just recording this content. Okay, in order to have in order to I can say give a heads up to you, so that you can understand these questions, so that you can come to know, okay, what questions might they ask. Okay, right. So what is your recent user story? Okay, so you will be telling your recent user story, like for suppose some, if you are working, if you have worked on the data transforms. Okay, you can say that due to the mismatch of parameters. Okay, the results outcome were not expected. Okay, now I need to analyze that issue. Then later on I fix that issue. Okay, then later on I came to know that some sort of parameters issue was there. Okay, parameter issue was there. Then I fixed that. Then later on I perform debugging, and then later on I perform unit testing as well. Then like this you can say actually. Okay, you need to expand that scenario. Okay, right. A small user story, I can say, not in-depth knowledge about that. Don't drag into that. You need to answer those questions and everything. Okay, just tell them a story, that's it. Okay, and tell them the story, tell them the problem statement, and tell them how you approach that. Okay, what are the ways, what are the parameters you have used that. Okay, and how you solve that. Okay, so this leads to the interview might be getting a positive I can say a feedback from your answers. Okay, the way you handle. Okay, the way you understood the problem, the way you handle, and the way you resolve the problem, you resolve that issue. Okay, in a time span. Okay, and how you work actually. Okay, what's your attitude towards that. Okay, so these are the few parameters which we can easily you know which we can easily I can say impress to the interviewer. Okay, right. So this question has been completed. And the second would, they will be asking what are the complex scenarios you face till now. Okay, now you should be in such a position that you already worked on some complex scenario. You need to curate that particular complex scenario. You need to convince to the interviewer that, so this is my most complex scenario. Why? Because this is the reason. Okay, you should be in such a position to convince them, so that interviewer might be convinced with that, with your responses. And they will be some, they will feel some happy. Okay, so interviewer might be looking at some parameters, as I did it in the first video. Okay, so what are those? First, your positive attitude. Okay, and second, your communication. Third, your how you work actually, how you take your challenge, how you solve them. Okay, what is your reaction? Okay, what is your reaction and what is your attitude when any ambiguity face you. Okay, if you face any sort of ambiguity. Okay, what is your attitude towards it. Okay, how you solve, how you pick, how you I can say take them. Okay, so these are all parameters they might be looking at you actually. Okay, they will find you. Okay, so you need to show them, you need to expose all these parameters. Okay, right. And the third thing is that obviously, some sort of technical questions they will be asking. Okay, so before they ask, so you should answer, you should know, you should drag the interview in a such a way that they should ask whatever the rules you're familiar with. Okay, that is the trick I can say. For suppose if you are saying about some complex scenario, okay, you intentionally drag those rules so that they should ask those questions, those questions on the particular rules actually. For suppose if you have worked on some data pages, okay, you face some complex scenario on some savable data page or something. Okay, now the second question would be on the savable database itself. Why? Because you drag them. Okay, so that's what. Okay, so they will not be in such a position that they will curate the so and so questions and they will start asking. Okay, it's not the way actually. Okay, right. So this is actually okay. From this way, you can easily play with the interviewer. You can easily, I can say, drag to your environment so that you can succeed whatever the interviewer might be. Okay, whatever the interview, whether it's a first round, second round, client round, technical round, manager round, or whatever the round may be. Okay, right. They will be asking you about some technical round. Okay, that has been completed, that has been finished. Okay, some technical, some I can say some scenarios kind of thing. Okay, if they ask some sort of scenario based kind of thing, tell your approach, man. Tell your approach. Okay, it's not it's nothing harm to tell some I can say your own way. Okay, it's your approach. Okay, that's okay. If you tell some sort of wrong or blunder kind of thing, it's okay. Take it easy, man. Nothing happens. Why? Because see here, it's Pega. Okay, it's an ocean, as we had read. It's an ocean. Okay, if you don't know a particular rule, okay, how it works or else how it behaves or something, okay, it's okay. Okay, you will get a chance to work on that. Then at particular time, you will be throwing out, you will master particular rules. Okay, it's okay. But you should be in such a position that you should at least deliver your approach. For suppose if they ask like some sort of real-time scenario, some production issues or what it may be, tell your approach. First you will analyze that. Okay, first you will if they ask about some sort of functions kind of thing, let it be. Okay, first you will be like for suppose if you how you will remove the page list, page property from the page list or something like that. Okay, now how you will do? Okay, assume that you don't know this answer. Okay, now how you will do? First you will search for the function like like by searching like remove duplicate something kind of thing. Okay, then you will be segregating those, you will be curating those and everything. Okay, then you will be getting a specific specific function. Okay, visit from which you can easily set a some sort of like this you need to navigate, like this you need to tell them. Okay, so from this the interviewer might be understanding that if he or she didn't know the answer, at least they know how to solve, how it gets solved in a timeline. Okay, they know the navigation, they know how to explore, they know what is the best method to implement and submit in a time frame. Okay, so like this you need to convince them. Okay, for suppose let's take an instant that out of 10 questions, if you fail to answer 6 questions, but you have said those 4 answers in a correct way or else in your way. Okay, so there are many instances, though like many friends. Okay, one of my I can say many friends. Okay, so they have behaved a blunder in the interview, like they don't have much knowledge on particular rules, but whatever they said, like 40%, okay, whatever they said, okay, so those were corrected. Okay, so those were in a absolute manner. Okay, and they got a job. Okay, so it's not like that ki, they will not compare like 50 is to 50 ratio. Okay, 1 is to 1 ratio. Okay, so they will not compare in that, they will not count that out of 10 questions, okay, 5 were correct and 5 were wrong. Okay, so 50-50. Okay, it's not like that, man. It's not like that. Okay, it's all about the what I said. It's all about the communication. It's all about your behavior. It's all about how you behave. It's all about how you navigate. It's all about how you approach the scenario. It's all about how you find the issue. It's all about how you solve. It's all about finding the issue, solving the issue, and submitting with a zero error. Okay, so these are all the parameters. Tech skills ahead, tech skills, whatever I am saying, tech skills aside, and the other behavioral aspects aside. Okay, right. So keeping in mind all these parameters, okay, if you're preparing for client round, okay, so keeping all in mind, like class name, class structure, rule set stack, okay, team size, sprint, okay, and the ticketing tool, okay, and I can say that how many case types you have, okay, and can you just name the case types, and can you just tell me the class structure, okay, and can you just tell me the pay of how many I can say parents classes are there and child's classes are there. Okay, can you just write down the class name? Can you just write down the integration class name? Can you just write down the how many data types are there? Can you just tell me what is the authentication type you have used? Can you just tell me, have you used any sort of other frameworks? Okay, so these are all the questions they might ask. Okay, so you should be in such a position to answer all these things. Okay, right. So if you thorough with these all these things, then the job is yours. Okay, right. So all the best. If you have any sort of questions furthermore, then you can comment down, then I will be answering to those questions, okay, up to my knowledge. Okay, so whatever, if you like this video, just like it, comment it, share it across your friends, so that it will be very useful to us actually in order to crack the interview. All right, yeah. So if you like our content, if you like our series videos, then you can subscribe, so that you can never miss our updates from our end. All right, yeah, thanks and all the best. Goodbye.